Maybe I'm the problem. Nah, that doesn't even sound right.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, I want to show you the epidemic of loneliness among women, which is becoming increasingly severe. Nowadays, women reach their 20s without having had a boyfriend, and that's concerning. So we ask the question, what's happening with the modern woman? Before we begin, we want to thank you for being here. Your support means a lot to us. If you like what you see, we invite you to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. We'd also love to hear about your experiences in the comments. Your participation helps us grow and reach more people. Thank you for being part of our project. Let's get started.
You guys, I cannot believe what my own mother said to me last night. She said, Kira, you need to go out and get a boyfriend. You're getting too old. She is kind of right. But what? I was like, Mother, that is so rude. Why would you say that to me? Oh my gosh. Okay, but if we're being real, where am I gonna meet someone if I barely leave my house? Like, the only place I really go to is the grocery store. And I've actually always envisioned myself meeting my future husband at the grocery store. Like, in the pasta aisle or something. Like, we'll bump into each other and we'll make eye contact. And then, I don't know. You just know it's bad when your own mom points it out. These are just too good.
Then they get angry if they're called leftover women in China. Their mothers are wise. They see their daughters heading straight for the wall. As we all know, the wall doesn't forgive. For these women from traditional cultures of years past, it's hard to understand how their daughters can't find a man. Sometimes it's not that they're unattractive. It's just that they either don't put themselves out there for men to approach, or they have unrealistic standards for the men they want. I'm sure it's the latter. They might think they'll find their Prince Charming in a supermarket. Imagine this scene. She's holding an eggplant in her hands, and a man on the other side is holding a papaya. Their eyes meet as she shows him the eggplant, and he shows her the papaya, love at first fruit. Let's stop this nonsense. Women, lower your standards so you don't end up as leftover women in the Pacific, or as the cat lady in the West, scared of a roll.
So, I've never been in a relationship. I've had situations, but not to the extent where I would call it a proper relationship. And I'm 25, and some people think that that's a little bit old to have never been in one, but I know that there's a bunch of people also out there who is in the same situation. But it's come to that point where I can't even see myself in one. I enjoy being by myself, and I enjoy not having to check in with someone all the time or having to worry about another person because I have to focus on myself at the moment. And relationships, when they're good, work really well for people, but I think we put too much pressure on them because for a long time I felt bad about not being in one, but at the same time not wanting one. So, if you're 25 and not in a relationship, or older, or younger, whatever, realize it's okay, and you already have the best person in your life to spend your time with, which is yourself. So that was just something I was thinking, and yeah, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.
They know she's had situations where the classic chat has already passed through, didn't stay. This is what I'm saying. You hear them say, I'm focused on my career, and you'd think they're at least becoming millionaires when they're actually working 8 to 5 with low pay. These women live in this Disney fantasy where that high-value man they deserve will come and find them because they're the chosen ones, instead of settling for one of those situations, no matter how much they try to hide their feelings. Sadness is clearly evident in their words. They seem like someone who's resigning themselves to their situation. When they hear, spend time with yourself, it's better to be alone than in bad company, all that consolation talk to hide the fact that their biological clock is ticking. They know they have to find a man because they're 5 years away from hitting the wall. After 30, it doesn't get any better.
Ready with me while we talk about being single. A little bit about me. I've never been in a relationship before. I'm 24 years old. I've never been in a relationship before, and that's okay. You know, if you're in the same boat, that's fine. I feel like because I've been single for so long, I feel like I've just really learned to be like good on my own. I have things that make me happy. I love like my friendships that I have and doing things that make me happy. So if the right person comes along, great. I love that. If they don't, I know that I'll still be good. And I know that a lot of people say like, oh, you should date around, like discover what you like, what you don't like, get yourself out there. But I can't tell you that there is no ounce within me that would want to go on a date. I'm not on any apps. I don't have any of the apps downloaded. I just really rather not. I really don't have like a place where I could like potentially meet someone. It's really just like work, school, home. So in my head, I'm like, okay, yeah, like maybe a guy's just gonna like pop out of nowhere. You know that everyone says, oh, you'll find your person when you stop looking. And I remember when I was really single and wanting a relationship, hearing that, like, you're like, okay, you know, it doesn't really help. But I can't tell you how true it actually is. When you stop letting finding a relationship being your focus, it's okay to want a relationship. Maybe the better saying is like, when you start looking for yourself, you'll find your person. Don't think about, oh, what would this person like? What do you like? You're doing your own thing and through finding yourself, you're just gonna find like-minded people. Just don't settle and I don't wanna say desperate, but like desperately search for a relationship just because you feel like you need one or just because you feel like, oh, at this age I should be at this point. Putting those pressures on yourself helps no one. This is the only time in your life where really you only have to worry about yourself. When you get into a relationship, when you have kids, when you get married, like all those things, other people come into play. But this is the time now where you can just focus on what do you like, get to know yourself, what makes you happy, and just date yourself. You deserve to feel loved. You deserve to feel valued. You deserve to like feel all the feelings and have everything that you want. You deserve to be loved. It's gonna come to you. It's gonna happen. But don't stress over it. Focus on you. Don't settle and know that everyone has their own timeline. Like, it's so okay and so much better for you to go at your own pace and do what feels right for you. You're on no one's timeline but your own. So don't get down on yourself being like, oh, well, I thought by this age or by this time I would have done this, this, and this and would have been in this place. Easiest way that you ruin your own happiness is with all these expectations of how everything should be, how you should be, how life should be. It just ruins the vibe. Even though in this chapter of your life you may not have everything that you want, but that doesn't mean you're never gonna have it. Just stay excited for the future. Don't settle. Fall in love with the life that you're creating for yourself. Fall in love with who you are and don't put pressure on yourself. You're doing great and you're gonna find someone who loves everything about you. Know your worth and never settle. Because you deserve it all. I feel like when you date yourself, you're like, oh wow, I'm actually so cool, you know? Become the person that you would want to date. You know what I mean? I guess what I want to say is just like, don't put this weird pressure on yourself to feel like your life has to look like anyone else's, that you're on like some weird timeline with your life. Let your story play out how it's gonna play out. You are already enough. You are already loved. So feel it and know it, please. You're amazing. I love you and I hope you have a great day.
Better make it motivational. I'll just say you need to put yourself in the position where things happen. This goes for both men and women. Nobody will come to your house looking for you if you don't go out to find them yourself. This applies to everything. Now, the modern woman faces a crisis. It's an epidemic of single women because even if many manage to find a man, it doesn't guarantee marriage. This girl was the same one who said maybe it's best to meet someone as friends with benefits or as someone's mistress. This undermines her whole focus on yourself speech when you resort to desperate measures to have a man. Many even prefer a man with a wife just to avoid ending up alone. This was brought on by the purple-haired movement, which has caused men to wake up and prefer to pass over Western women and go to other countries to find a more traditional woman. This affects many girls who find themselves in the situation where no man approaches them.
I'm 24 and never had a boyfriend before. And honestly, I can say it's all my fault. And I'm not saying that if the opportunity came, I never wanted it. I'm just saying I'm okay without it. And no, the opportunity hasn't really arisen from somebody I truly wanted. And I'm okay with that. Like, I am okay with the decision I made or making. I just feel like dating right now is more like an experience. Anyone who wants to talk to me, have my phone number, do whatever, has to reach certain requirements. So I'm damn near dating multiple people. And that's okay with me. Now, it's all my fault for a few reasons. Was I a little crazy? Yes. You know, all the above, yes. But did I have good moments with good people who I maybe just wasn't all the way there for or liked? Yes. So it's literally all the above, all the options above.
They've seen that it's because she has this idea of the man she deserves. But you're an average woman, and women don't want an average man. How are they going to want one when they constantly hear from feminists that they deserve a high-value man? But the truth is, this is a minority of men, about 20%, and it doesn't work out for everyone. Not even the Chad, a man who brings nothing to the table but his seed, works out for all women, even if he tries. I've told you all deserve a high-value man when you're just average women. Now, she says she'll go on some dates, but with this mindset, I assure you they'll all fail. Guess who will be blamed? The man, for not meeting the standards she believes she deserves from a man. Brothers, the wall has been claiming victims in recent years.
Tell me if anyone can relate to this. I am 20 years old and have never had a boyfriend. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of by choice. Feels like I'm the only one in the planet who has never had a boyfriend. Gone on dates and stuff, but I'm just so picky. Can't help myself. Like, I'm not gonna settle for the bare minimum or something that just appears in front of me just so I can have a boyfriend. I'm not gonna have a boyfriend for the sake of having a boyfriend. So hard because all of my friends have boyfriends. They all know, like, they can relate to each other. I'm like, okay. It's not their fault, obviously, but you know, it sucks. And at the same time, I've been single my whole life. I'm so happy by myself. I love my life. Why would I settle to something that won't add value to my life? That audio from TikTok is so real. Like, you're not competing with anyone else. You're competing with myself because I'm so happy alone. But it's a fight in my mind. Like, am I the problem? I am the problem. I know. Like, should I just pick anyone and date them just so I can say I had a boyfriend? You know? Should I do that? It's not right, but it's socially acceptable. So I'm like, I'm 20 years old and I have cousins that are like 15 and already have boyfriends. And I'm like, oh, really? How is it? Time that I'm so young, I'm so old. Because I'm 20? Anyway, the conclusion of this video is, I know there's someone out there that can relate to me. You find someone when you find someone, there's no pressure. Seriously, that's what I try to tell myself every day. Like, I have goals, I have plans, I want to travel the world, I want to see everything, I want to meet people, and I will. And I believe, I have faith that I will meet that person that is right for me. And so are you. There's no running against time. We are so young, our whole lives ahead of us. And if you plan on getting married, you're gonna spend your entire life with that person. So enjoy your time alone now. Like, I don't get the race to finding someone. Respect your body, respect yourself. Go out there, have fun, and romanticize your life a little bit more. Like, you're alone, but not lonely. Why are you waiting for someone to do that with you? Okay? I'm talking about myself, okay? What the hell's anyone? It's kind of a pep talk with myself and with you if you're going through a similar situation. And yeah, have fun. Love you, Betsy. Don't lose faith.
How much do you want to bet she ends up falling for a Chad or becoming some rich man's sugar baby? They search and search until a man comes along, orbiting around her until he convinces her. I guarantee it'll involve money. Because I'm sure many young men have approached her, but since they probably don't have money, she pushes them away. She'll probably sell us the story that she doesn't feel right with anyone, that the chosen one will come. But we all know how hypergamy works for women. We've seen it since we were young, the girl who played hard to get, only to end up with some guy who had a car that was over 30 years old. Because, as I've said, an average woman today doesn't want an average man. That's why feminists get angry when they hit 30 and men seek younger women. But young men see how women their age reject them for being average or poor. That's why I always tell men the best investment you can make is in yourself because you're worth a lot. The more value you have, the more women you'll have. Hit the gym, work on your social skills, and focus on your financial life. Concentrate on that so you can get any girl you want because nowadays the ice cream shop is open. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think is causing this epidemic of single women? What advice would you give to a woman who hasn't had a boyfriend? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.